Welcome back to my channel, y'all. It's your girl, Panda, back with another video. You know how we do around here when I'm on a roll anyway. Anyways, today's video, you read the title. I'm about to be giving you a little bit of tips on working in Vegas, stripping in Vegas. I actually had somebody suggest this video to me. Basically, they said they wanted tips about specifically stripping in Vegas. So I got you, sis. I got you. I made me a little list of notes I've been doing over like the past couple days, trying to prepare for this video. If I think of more before I post it, I'm gonna pop in and I'm gonna add them to it or whatever. If you haven't done this yet, you better go ahead and subscribe to my channel if you are new here. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel but you're not new here, like, what are you doing? Also, go ahead and like this video, please. It really helps my channel. I appreciate it. So help my channel out. Help your girl, okay? I'm helping you. You help me. Okay, so first tip I'm gonna go ahead and tell you is invest in your look, because you need to look expensive in Vegas, all right? A lot of these girls out here, they got their bodies done. Like, I'm talking about fake titties, fake ass. They got liposuction. They go get the Botox. They get the lip injections. They wear fake hair, fake eyelashes, fake nails. So yeah, invest in your look. I'm not saying that you have to go get your body done. I mean, by all means, go ahead, sis, if you want to. But you don't have to. I'm just saying, look expensive. Buy you some jewelry. Buy you some hair extensions. Keep your nails done. Get your lashes done, or glue some lashes on. Eat your face up. You need to go in to the clubs looking expensive, because there's a lot of girls out here. You got hella competition, and these bitches, they all look good. That's the first thing I noticed when I moved out here, was like, God damn, these bitches is fine out here in Vegas, okay? Even if that means, you know, going to the gym and staying fit, working out, if you got to do that, you know what I mean, then do that, okay? Look your best. Especially when you're auditioning. When you're auditioning, definitely look at your best. These clubs are picky. They got a certain look they're trying to uphold to. So another thing I'm gonna go ahead and tell you is that you have to get a sheriff's card to work in these clubs, which is basically like a background check. It's permission from the city to be able to work in the club. And you get this by getting hired at a club, and they will give you a referral. You take it to the sheriff department. They run a background check, and they give you your card. They give you a temporary one that lasts for like 2 months, I think. And then you go back and you have to go back there. They don't mail it to you. You have to go back there to get your permanent one. I'm guessing they do this to weed out the people who just come in town for like a week or two and work, and they aren't planning on coming back. So the sheriff's card is $100, and I think it's good for like 5-ish years once you get it. And I'm gonna go ahead and let you know that you should make an appointment at the sheriff's office when you go get this card, because it be packed in there. It'd be a long ass line, and I mean, if you got all day to wait around, go ahead. But I also forgot to tell you, or almost forgot to tell you, that you also have to get a business license, which I can link the website on where you can get it, because you can just get it online. It's about $300, and it's only good for the year. But then whenever you renew it the next year, I think it's only like $200 if you do it on time. If you do it late, you got to pay the $300 again, or something like that. The clubs usually give you a little bit of time to get this. You have to get your sheriff card right away, because you have to bring your sheriff card with you to the club every time you work. So they won't let you work till you get it. But the business license, they usually give you a little bit of time. Some clubs don't even care much about it. They'll tell you it's between you and the state, but you know, you are supposed to get that. And if you're wanting to be able to get an apartment, or like buy a car or stuff like that, you want to be able to prove that you're self-employed, because you are like a self-employed independent contractor. So in order to prove that in Nevada, you're going to need your business license to prove that you work for yourself. So get that. So another thing I forgot to tell y'all is the cheapest place I've found to get your stripper clothes in Vegas is the Love Boutique, and it's over basically connected to Deja Vu, the strip club, Deja Vu. Most of the places that I go and try to shop around here for my outfits are fairly expensive, in my opinion, because I'm an online shopper and I be finding the deal. If you're wanting the best websites to find cheap clothes, let me know, because I can, you know, make a video about that too. In Vegas, cheapest place so far that I found is the Love Boutique. The top tier clubs here in Vegas are Sapphire, Spearmint Rhino. And then I would say after that would be like Crazy Horse 3, Hustler Club, Treasure. There's a lot of girls that work at clubs like Sapphire got like hundreds of girls that work there at night. So, I mean, you do got to take that into consideration, but that's also where all the big money spenders that come into Vegas go. So, you know, try it out. But I'm just gonna go ahead and say there's small clubs too, smaller clubs. So like get in where you fit in. You need to go ahead and be prepared to be working with the competition and working with sharks. Because these girls in Vegas, they are some hustling bitches. Like they'll literally wait by the door for customers to come in the door and jump on them as soon as they walk in the door, trying to sell them dances. I've came across a lot of customers that are highly annoyed by the time I talk to them because they've already had like 10 girls come up and try to sell them dances and then just got there. In Vegas, the clientele's a little different because it's like a super tourist city, as you know. So like your target clientele would be the tourists because they're the ones coming to Vegas to spend a lot of money. They're the ones coming to the club looking for a baddie to spend their money on while they're out of town, you know, whether it's like a work convention or it's like a bachelor party. Like you're after the tourists because they're the ones with all the money in their pocket. If you're a girl that likes your regulars, because like when I was working in St. Louis, I had hella regulars and that's like mostly how I got my bills paid, was off the same guys every week. And so when I came to Vegas, it was kind of hard for me. At first, it was like hard for me to get used to, and it was kind of not my comfort zone. Girls will literally go up to you and ask you, are you from out of state or whatever? That's the first question they ask the guys. And then they're like, oh no, I live here. And then they're like, have a good night, dude. Another tip that I would go ahead and give you is to avoid the pimps. Avoid the pimps out here because the pimp culture is real here in Vegas. Like I said, I'm from St. Louis. That's where I danced at before here. And I wasn't really used to that because the pimp culture in St. Louis is not really like it is here in Vegas. When I started working here, I would have a lot of guys I would go talk to, and I didn't know how to spot the pimps out, you know what I'm saying? So I would be talking to them, and I would have my friends be like, girl, stay away from him. That dude's a pimp. Period, says thanks, you know, because, I mean, I'm not against pimps. I don't hate them. If that's your hustle, do you. And I'm not against girls that want to work with pimps, you know what I'm saying? If that's your cup of tea, do it. But that's not my cup of tea. So, skirt. Usually they come in real flashy. They got the chains. They look like rappers, you know what I'm saying? But they're not rappers. Like, that's kind of how you can tell the pimp. So the Vegas look is definitely a lot of fake bodies, especially fake boobs, fake asses, Brazilian butt lips. Everybody has the long hair and tan skin. Like they all go with spray tans. They're super skinny, blonde, or there's like a lot of exotic looking girls like Cubans, you know, Puerto Rican, them sexy mommies. There's a lot of them. I would go ahead and tell you to always tip out your door guys and your security. That's like a given, I feel like, with any club. If you tip out your door guys, they will help you make your bag, sis. They will send customers they know got money to you, and they'll just help you out. If you didn't know this, I'm going to tell you the clubs here in Vegas are open all night until like 6 in the morning. If it's slow, like if it's like a slower, smaller club, like during the week, they might close a little early. But for the most part, they're open till like 6 in the morning. Some of them are open 24 hours. Give or take. I mean, it's COVID, so the times are kind of weird right now. But yeah, for the most part, that's what it was. The champagne rooms here in Vegas are expensive. Every club's different, you know what I mean? So I'm not gonna give you a set price, but I'm gonna say an hour is at least $600 or more. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes the half an hour is $600. It just depends on where you're at and the rules of the club and all that. Also, a lot of the clubs here require you to audition for the time of the day that you're wanting to work. So for instance, if you're wanting to work night shift, as in like 7 p.m. till 5 in the morning, or like 5 p.m. till 5 in the morning or something like that, you need to come in during that shift. And if you're wanting to work days, you need to come in during the day and audition because they have different hiring managers for each shift. And also, some clubs will restrict you to only work that shift. So like if you go and audition during the day and they hire you, they'll be like, you have to be off the floor by 4 p.m. or 5 p.m. or whatever it is. Sometimes even if you go and try to audition during the night to work the night shift, they'll tell you you can only work the day shift if, you know, you didn't meet their night shift look or whatever. Most clubs here allow you to pay extra, like an extra house fee on top of your normal set house fee. You can pay extra on it to be off stage for the night. So let's say you, instead of paying the $75 for your house fee. If you pay $150, you can not have to go on stage the whole night. I mean, I never do that because for one, I'm a cheap ass. For two, I love the stage. That's my favorite part. That's just not me. That's not what I'm gonna do. But a lot of girls love that because they'd much rather spend their time hustling the floor and trying to sell VIPs and dances or whatever than to go on stage. So, you know, you got the option. If you didn't know this, all the clubs are open schedule here, of course. I hate schedules. A lot of people in my comments ask me about 18 and up clubs. And honestly, the only 18 and up club that I know of is Little Darlings. And it's a fully nude club. They don't serve alcohol, which is why most clubs here aren't 18 and up. That's why most clubs here aren't fully nude, because in order for you to be fully nude here, you have to not serve alcohol, and they'd rather make their money off the drink. That's how the strip clubs make a lot of their money, is from the drink. So of course they're going to just be topless clubs so they can sell their alcohol. If you're not selling alcohol, you can be fully nude, and you can also be 18 and up because you're not serving alcohol. So Little Darlings is the only one that I know of. There used to be a Diamond Cabaret that also was fully nude, 18 and up, but I'm pretty sure they closed down permanently since COVID, but don't quote me. There's also a fully nude club in North Las Vegas called Palomino that does serve alcohol, and that's the only one in the city that I know about that serves alcohol or whatever and is fully nude. But I don't think they're 18 and up. The only reason they were able to sell alcohol and be fully nude is because they were grandfathered in. It's in old clubs. They were grandfathered into that. Or maybe it's because they're in North Las Vegas. I heard that they were grandfathered in, and that's why they got to keep that law. But, you know, I don't know. I ain't from here. If you're wondering about like what kind of music the clubs play, I would say most of it is like really poppy, like house music. You know, that typical nightclub stuff. A lot of the clubs also play reggaeton because there is a lot of, you know, Spanish-speaking mommies out here and poppies. A little tidbit, this is a little off topic, but prostitution is not legal in Clark County, which is the county that Las Vegas is in. It's not legal out here. A lot of people have the misconception that it is because the state of Nevada, it is legal, but it's not legal in Clark County though. So the clubs are pretty strict out here. You're not even supposed to allow the customers to touch you. Technically, you're not even allowed to sit on their laps. You're not allowed to touch them unless it's like on their shoulder, stuff like that. But if you go right outside the city limits, smaller towns outside of Clark County, for instance, Pahrump, Nevada, there is actually brothels out there and prostitution is legal. So yeah, that's kind of cool. Little fun fact. I think that's all I got right now, tips-wise. So, you know, if you have more questions, leave them in the comments and I'll try to respond and answer your questions. But yeah, hope this helps. For everybody who was wondering, I'm sorry I talk so fast. It's just the way I am. But you know, YouTube has that feature where you can like slow the video down. Anyways, thanks for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe, please. And until next time.